Springer, and this is mini project number 3 for Management 310 with Professor Zhang. Our goal is to build a just an advanced AI finance tool and whatever AI, open AI that we wanted to. And so I used Gemini. And so for my first prompt, I said, "Can you build me an app that's a goal-based financial tool? I want it to give me strategic recommendations to the questions that I input. I want to use natural language input, like for example, I have 10K to invest. What should I do with it to make me the most money? However, this goal-based financial tools, I want to have the answers and recommendations to many financial questions. I also need a clear English output with numbers that back up the recommendations." And so it gave me a financial tool output that was very basic and didn't do a lot of stuff. It wasn't multi-step. So if I put in a prompt and I wanted to continue to build on that prompt, it didn't. It just completely forgot, and so it would reset every single time. And so I developed this prompt, and I said, what are some things that this AI app can improve on from its original design? I said, is there a way that we can make this a multi-step app that I can ask it questions after the initial prompt? And so it gave me another app that has a conversational memory, the multi-step, which can build on the previous prompt, and it's data persistence, a true goal-based tool should remember your goals. And so they integrated Firestore to save a user's entire conversation thread and the final strategic recommendation. And then the original app that it gave me for the second time, it wasn't working. And so I asked, why is this app not working? And we had to check some of the console tabs. And apparently there was an error in the code. And so it rewrote it, and it checked and the syntax error and valid expected token was the error. And so it used JavaScript to fix these problems. And so for this app, it's a goal-based financial strategic, and it gives me recommendations based on the questions that I asked. And I said, if I had 100K as a down payment and 20K as my monthly salary, what house could I afford if I wanted to pay it off in 30 years? And so it gave me this entire output. It said the most crucial financial rule for housing is that your total monthly housing payment is 28% of your gross monthly income. And so it calculated it out, and my total monthly payment can be $5,600, which is 28% of the 20K that I get monthly. And then also gives me my estimated interest rate, the estimated annual property tax, estimated annual home insurance values, and stuff like that. And so maximum P&I payment, $833 goes to tax, 125 goes to insurance, and the principal and the interest payment is $4,642. And so with this amount, with my down payment of 100 grand, the maximum affordable house is $848,000, which is quite odd because I did this before, and I tried to validate it. And when I did it before, it said my maximum payment, my maximum house payment overall affordable house price was 780K. So it's very inconsistent, I feel like. So yeah, I mean, it's off by 50 grand, but you could always just estimate. Um, and so it also recommended that I increase my down payment, because my down payment is not 20% of the $848,000. I would need around like 150K as a down payment. And I continued my prompt, and I said, let's say I had a down payment of 200K instead of 100K. My monthly salary stayed the same. How much shorter can I pay off the loan? And as it built on to my previous prompt, it said that with this $5,600 payment per month, I can pay it off 12 and a half years faster than the original goal with the 100K down payment. So I could pay it off in 17 and a half years instead of 30 years if I purchased a $848,000 home. Yeah, and then this app can do many other things: debt and loan calculations, retirement savings plannings, and personal finance rules and ratios, many things that it can do. Thank you.